Alright guys, welcome back to Dad's Foxbody Garage. Today we're going to be working on the distributor, trying to fix the timing so no longer have mechanical advance. To be honest, I've already done all this and I went to go edit my video and the intro didn't turn out. I don't know what the deal was, some kind of technical difficulty. So we're going to do this again. So in a video that didn't come out, I pulled the distributor out of Calypso here and took it out, put it down here, took it apart, and you're going to see in the next clip what I went through to make this thing not advance. And I think we got a good solution. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so here we go with Distributor 101. We got it all apart, and we have two ways to advance this distributor. You'll see we have these two, let's call them cogs and slots, right? They go in there and it allows the mechanical to move that far. I have the weights taken out already so I can see what I'm doing. And then we have the vacuum side, which allows that much movement. So I don't remember exactly what Pony Parts told me on how far this thing advances, but it's way too. I think it goes like 0 to 30 something, right? And that was the tech at CJ Pony Parts. But as you guys know, you don't set your timing, your base timing, to 0. The car will be real lethargic. I tried it; it doesn't work. You got to be at least 8 to 10 base, so then it advances from there. So that was putting me in the 40 plus degrees advance, and that's probably one of the causes of what happened, right? Or one of the things that caused what happened, I should say. So what I'm thinking is, vacuum advance, I don't need to hook that up, but the mechanism here, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, the diaphragm is spring loaded. It's always going to have that thing held to a certain spot. So just don't hook up the vacuum advance, right? The other hand, these slots, I really don't feel like welding them up. I don't know if you can see that. Welding them up and putting new ones in. But what I think I can do is, if I put a magic marker or something on the bottom, maybe a little blob of paint, and bring this in until it touches, drill 2 new holes just slightly larger than these pins, and that will lock out my mechanical. So I think, knock on wood, I think I figured out a way to make this CJ Pony inexpensive 2-wire distributor work for my application, because once I get that fixed, I can put it all back together without the weights. It won't need the weights at that point, and I should be able to get this thing running again once everything's all together, and just turn this and basically set my base timing for 25 degrees. Now I have heard that once you do that, hot starts aren't very fun, where it wants to backfire and all that. Not recommended for superchargers, blah blah blah. But I have a toggle set up in my car where I can turn my ignition off, so I can crank the car over, and once the car is cranking over, I can just hit that ignition switch and it should fire up without the lugging. You know how that works, right? So I think that's what I'm going to try. You know, I really got nothing to lose. You know, I already paid for this thing. Had it for a year or whatever. Not like I can return it. It's been running in the car. And I don't see any real drawbacks to doing it, right? I mean, the MSD distributor, they make it real nice. So basically, you know, to do this, I mean, basically what you do is you turn it like 90 degrees and you set it in a couple holes and it locks it in. Well, they weren't thinking that far ahead on this because they just got a couple slots. So I'm going to get out some paint and see if I can transfer a couple marks on there and see if we just can't make this thing work. You know, again, I don't see why we can't. Nothing's jumping out at me. So I think we can do it. Alright guys, thanks. Alright, so took one of the lugs off. So we only got to screw around with one. Marked it up with a paint marker and drilled a hole. And now, according to the directions, that locks up. So there's no movement in that shaft anymore. So, according to the directions in the manual, my manual, that should work. So I'm going to start putting this back together, and hopefully I can remember how all this goes back together, and I'll pick you up from there. Alright guys, so there we have it. Got everything put back together. As we were saying, the vacuum advance is the only thing that has any kind of advance, but I'm not going to plug that in. And you can see there's no advance, no mechanical advance anymore, so whatever I set this thing at, that's what it's going to be. So really quite pleased with that. Never done that before. This is a like I said before, just a inexpensive two-wire distributor. I got it off of CJ Pony, and the reason I got it was it was going to clear the blower snout. I originally had the big HEI I was going to run because, again, that was inexpensive. But as soon as I realized the direction I was going here, I could no longer run that big cap distributor. So I didn't see any other videos online for this type of distributor, so I'm going to put that in the description. Hope everyone has a great night. And just on a little side note, again, car related, if you live in the Metro Detroit area, tomorrow is supposed to be the Fort Street cruise. I've been there before. I was there last year, and had the stormtrooper down there, and it was great. I know the Woodward Dream Cruise is the big talk of the town and all that stuff, and everybody knows about that. You know, across the country that's into hot rods, people come from everywhere to that. But I'm telling you, the Fort Street is like the well-kept secret. It's a cruise where you can actually drive, not just sit there and park and smell fumes. Lots of great cars. People line up on the sides of the road just like they do on Woodward, but a fraction of the cars. And you know, Wyandotte is right down the road. I think you turn on Oak Street and go straight down to the river. Really nice area. Grab some, you know, bite to eat. Look out at the river. I think the weather's going to be okay. It looks like we're getting all the rain out of the way today. I'm going to try to tackle some projects on the Stormtrooper before I take it out. Probably not going to go out until the evening. I think I'm going to try to do my quarter windows tomorrow, and at least get, you know, obviously get the plastics out of the back, because I did pick up some of that SEM Napa Red, which I hear is a pretty good close match. And I wanted to spray those while I got everything apart. But I might not have all that back together, but I should have windows back in the car by the evening. So hope to see you guys down there, and thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget, like and subscribe. It does help out. I'm getting really close to that 200 mark. I'd really like to be over that before the weekend. And I did just get another batch of merch. You see shirts like this. This is Dad's Foxbody Garage. And then, see if you can see the back. You know, it's got my logo across the back as well. Got medium through 2X. And I still have some hoodies. I'm probably not going to order any more hoodies until, you know, it gets closer to fall. But I got plenty of t-shirts to go around, so if you'd like to buy one, they're 20 bucks. I'm going to bring around to car shows with me that I'm going to be in, and hopefully sell some there, but they do help fund the channel. So, you know, please reach out. Alright guys, thanks again. So catch you on the next one.